Yo, what it is, guys? What's up? It's another sunny, gloomy, windy day out here in good old Texas. Sheesh. But oh, you might have noticed. You see the Subaru right here? This is LJ's STI. We just got it yesterday. He's been waiting a whole year to get this car back from the shop. He got his engine rebuilt because he had blew the motor. And probably a couple weeks ago, it had held. And yo, it destroyed his windshield. He got a bunch of dents on the roof. The hood is pretty nasty. The front windshield is cracked. And yo, this body is so wide that the hell even hit on some of the body lines right here. I think there's more on the other side, but yeah, you can see that. But yep, we got an STI in the garage. This thing is beautiful. And it's gonna look a lot better once it's all fixed up. Well, anyways, today I got something very special, but depending on the weather, if it doesn't pour down rain really soon, we're gonna get this new part installed.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Well, I did promise you guys, if the weather doesn't get any worse, we're gonna install this new part. And it's right over here. It's this big old box. This is the Skunk2 Cold Air Intake. Wait. Alright, let's get this box open. Well, I told you guys that this might take a while. This is a lot of pieces. And yo, I was surprised to find that they give you a radiator hose. It's kind of lame that they don't give us both the upper and lower radiator hose, because you can't buy it separately. You have to buy it as a pair. So, having this, man, I'm gonna want to change the bottom one. Oh well. Alright, so to my limited knowledge, the kit should move the battery, the ECU, and the fuse box further back. And the intake is pretty much going to go through here and straight down. They have a how-to video and I kind of skimmed through it, so yeah. I do know I'm going to have to drill into the chassis a little bit, but it shouldn't be a big deal. But yo, here's the reason why I'm replacing the air intake. There's like a hole right here. It's actually ripped, and you can see my little janky setup with the zip ties. I try to use zip ties to kind of pull it closer, but as you can see, there's a big tear like right here, and extra air is just going into the intake manifold. But yo, with this cold air intake upgrade, I'm pretty much gonna be putting more air in the motor anyways, but at least it's not gonna be unintentional air, you know? So with this intake, I'm definitely gonna have to get like Honda Flash Pro or K-Tuner and just run like a simple base map so I can have the engine running right without having to pay a lot of money for a dyno and tune, you know? Because here all I'm adding is the cold air intake, and so the Civic isn't gonna need to go on a dyno just for an intake. So for those of you who don't know, this is a cold air intake. There's a difference between the cold air intake and the short ram intake. So the short ram intake stops like right here. The downside to that is that it's taking hot air from inside the motor and back into the motor, you know? But with the cold air intake, it's gonna go down here towards the bottom of the bumper, and so the air that it'll be taking in is going to be colder than it would be from up here, which is why it's called a cold air intake. Yeah, but shoot, let's get started with this thing. Yo, what it is? What's up, guys? It's the next day. About the cold air intake, I didn't finish it. I might try to finish it today. I had ran out of time. It got dark yesterday and blah blah blah. But today, Skylar and I are on the way to go pick up the rear end conversion for the Honda Civic. Woohoo! I didn't tell you guys, but I got the rear end conversion. This conversion was gonna be like the last thing I did to the Civic, but I don't know. It just happened to come up at the right time, and I was like, you know what? Let me go and get it, because it was a really good deal, and it comes with a bunch of pieces. But yep, I just got a notification that it's ready for pickup, so we're gonna go pick it up. Yeah.
Yes, a frosted lemonade.
Of course. Anything else for you today?
That'll be all.
Alright, so I'm a 4-count strip meal with the Coke, with 3 Chick-fil-A, a frosted lemonade, and a small fries?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, it's gonna be $15.30 at the window. Do enjoy your day.
Thank you, you too.
My pleasure.
I just realized that every time we come to Chick-fil-A, I always have Skylar order. I don't think I've ever ordered over here myself. Usually when I pull up, Skylar asks what I want and I tell her and she'll just like order for me. Oh, nothing.
Sorry.
Check this out. This is some place to pick up some car parts. Sheesh. Your boy just signed the papers and now we can go pick up our pallet. Woohoo. Yo, I'm surprised it fit in there perfectly. Woo! Look at that. Okay. I can already see that there's some damage right here. Man, I think this is just the bumper though. The rear bumper. I think it'll be alright. But shoot, let's get back home and do this unveil. Yo, we just made it home. Before we do the unveil on what I got, I do want to knock out the install on the cold air intake. I got about an hour and a half before the sun sets. So this is gonna be a little race against time. Look at that. Dang. The only bad thing is that this kind of slides off as a tightened clamp ring, whatever up here. But I kind of found a way to make it snug, so let's hope it'll stay on. But I do have a splash guard that's gonna cover all this, so this isn't gonna get that wet, and if this does fall off, it'll stay in place. Ah, yes. It's late once again. I just took way too long putting everything together. But yo, I do want to start up the Civic and I'm ready to hear this cold start with this new intake. Let's check it out. Okay, I guess you can't really tell the difference until we hit a VTEC and the thing, but it definitely sounds really deep. It has a lot more bass to the engine. But I'm having an issue right now. For some reason, it's really hard for me to go into each gear. I might have something in the engine. I'm just gonna have to look around. But we'll pick back up tomorrow when there's daylight. Yeah! Morning guys. I figured out what the issue was with me not being able to go into gear. So when you change gears, right? This part moves. And my issue was that the coolant hose was in the way of this moving. So I had to cut this much off of one end just so I could have clearance for this shifter thingy to move. And yo, after cutting off like what, 3, almost 4 inches off, we're good to go. Yee. Yo, it's another day. Once again, I haven't failed you guys. But yo, the Civic sounds good. We got everything put together. Yo, look at that intake though. Whee! That thing looks clean. And now we got all this extra space here for, I don't know, to store some beer as we're working on the engine. Yeah? This intake is just a decent install. If you know what you're doing, it's easy. But if you're brand new to it and you want to do everything right, it might take a while. It might just take 3 days like it did for me. One issue is that the air filters right here out of the box is kind of oiled up, because it's like those K&N air filters where you got to treat it and oil it up with some type of treatment. And so as it's in the package, the whole thing gets all oily, and when you try to bolt it down with these little hose clamps, it'll tend to slide off. But I found a video on YouTube that was just posted recently, and the dude just got sandpaper and just sanded around. All he did was just sand the outside and the inside of the fitting of the air filter, and I was able to bolt it on there and pull on it and it wouldn't move at all, so everything should be good. Yo, let's see how this intake sounds. So I'm pretty sure I'm not really gonna hear anything until I hit VTEC. Alright, here we go, here we go. Yo, my engine is a lot louder. Dang! Yo, this intake is so loud that when I was going up in RPMs around like 4,000, I thought I was already hitting VTEC. but then it kicked in around, I think like 5,500 or near 6,000, and that's when it started to get really loud. So as far as sound goes, it's definitely pronounced. Thumbs up for that. All right, let me turn down the AC so y'all can really hear it. All right, y'all ready for this? 1, 2, 3, go. Woo! 6,000. Sheesh. This thing got some pull, baby. Oh yeah. Yo, I gotta say, I'm pretty satisfied with this intake. Now, if you guys didn't know, I'm not really a power person. The main reason why I got this was just to fix that little air leak I was having and to eventually use this for power purposes. But anyways, I got this to fix that little air leak I had, and for style, it definitely looks a lot better. And in the long run, it's gonna help the motor get more power whenever I get it tuned and whatnot. The reason why I went with the Skunk2 Cold Air Intake is because, you know, the short rams, they kind of go up here and they're gonna recollect the hot air that's in the motor or the engine bay. So I definitely had to get a cold air intake, and I picked this one because this was the only setup that allowed you to keep the battery right here, because the other kits, they had like a relocation kit, and I didn't want to deal with all that. So it's pretty cool that I get to keep my battery right here, and the coolant reservoir is under this battery tray. I can access it under the car. It's easy to refill. It's pretty cool that they also provided a bracket for the ECU and for the fuse, which is just right there. And that pretty much sums it all up. So even though I fixed that air leak in the intake, I'm still getting that check engine light code. Since we're putting a bigger intake, the engine's getting too much air and it's throwing the check engine light code. And so if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm definitely planning on getting a Honda, and I'm gonna run like a base map, because there's no reason to get a tune. A tune is really expensive, and if you're gonna pay that much for a tune, you definitely might as well just throw on a bunch of other things to the motor, you know, to get it tuned. So since all I got is a cold air intake, I'm gonna save up and get that Honda and just run a little base map. Yeah. And again, with my limited knowledge and to my understanding, a base map on Honda is pretty much like a pre-setting. Someone made this setting, and they might have a setting for like, oh, we're gonna change these numbers if you added a cold air intake, and here's another setting if you added a intake and exhaust and headers and blah blah blah. So whenever I get the Honda, I'm just gonna use one of those base maps so the engine could run better and know that I'm intentionally putting more air into the motor, you know? So yeah.